wisdom teeth talk.
Dude, I can't zoom on the map with this trackpad. Any tips from laptop players?
Um,
No, because my laptop had like the screen is a trackpad, so I was just able to like
No, dude.
zoom
I
like a
hate
tablet.
trackpad.
I think when I played on a laptop in the past, I just struggled. I just zoomed in and zoomed out. Or no, I couldn't zoom out. What was it? I think I just had to click and drag everywhere. Because I normally just zoom in and zoom out on things.
I actually have a mouse in my backpack.
Or maybe, the arrow keys?
all right.
There are some.
Enough of your tech problems. All right, we got the regional map up. You guys
Yeah.
have traveled north through the swamp, crossed the Unicorn Run, and arrived at the end of the point, which is about where Gribble's workshop should be. If the GM would ever update his regional map, but he doesn't because it costs $5 to re-up his sub, and he is a cheap bastard.
All the
He'll
way
do
to
it
the map
eventually.
On the right, this is toggle navigational panel. Maybe that'll help. Top right.
Also, X and C are zoom in and zoom out on the keyboard.
X and C.
Cool. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Nice.
Pro tip right there. All right, so you guys arrive at Gribble's workshop. If you remember, it's kind of a sprawling compound where Gribble does his various engineering projects and also has a greenhouse full of ladyberries crops. You arrive and are greeted as you walk up, weary and broken and dirty and covered in, I don't know what you guys are covered in. Probably some Murloc blood from
Yep. Also,
from
our blood.
from your fight, and then your blood from the swamp fight. So you guys are not looking great.
There's a surprisingly large amount of our blood.
Uh-oh, you just disconnected there, Krusty.
Uh-oh.
It's alright. Just keep going.
And you guys approach, and Gribble and his apprentice Pip kind of greet you as you walk up. Why doesn't everyone roll a perception check? What's going on? We're just at Gribble's workshop. Why is he making us roll perception checks?
Hand it. Uh-oh.
So listen, is paying attention.
Yep.
Where's my pen to mark it 0?
Krusty may have to roll dice IRL.
Krusty, you can you can roll an IRL right now for this roll, Krusty, since we're waiting.
Alright. I've got a D20 right here. I'm trying to remember. It's perception. What's our proficiency right now at this level? Is it +3 or +2?
I
Plus
should know
3.
this. Yeah.
It's 3. Yeah.
So I think I'm just even in proficient in perception. 7.
7's your roll?
Yeah.
That's not very good.
Yeah.
Gurgleberg got some points though. You just perceive everything seems to be at the way it normally is at Gribble's workshop, except for you see some several of the prototype Murloc crewable boats sitting by the shore of the river. But other than that, everything appears to be peaceful Gribble workshop. that's what you noticed. The rest of you also noticed that stuff too. Just not as you guys didn't notice the boats. You didn't see the boats till Gurgleberg points them out.
Yeah.
And probably says like, "Oh, those must be the boats that the Murlocs are gonna crew to ease the inflation in Hickory County." So they come up and Pip and Gribble, 2 gnomes, and Gribble greets you guys. He's happy to see you, and he says, "Well, you don't look great, but you survived. Did you have the Murlocs agreed to help us?"
They're split, I think.
No, they agreed to help, didn't they?
Yeah. They were all
Yeah,
about it
well,
once it was Turok that was completely against it.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna be a slave. Well, yeah, you guys murdered him.
So his reach didn't go much farther than that then.
Well, you guys murdered all the opposition.
Okay.
No, he didn't have a big following. He just kind of seized power by
Oh yeah. Well, in that case, sure.
tooth and claw.
Yep.
So yeah, once you surrender, once you Jon Snowed your chieftain, Gurgleberg, the kind of elder council was reformed, and they wholeheartedly agreed to cooperate with the county as they want increasing relations with the other humanoids for the trade and the higher standard of living that they can maybe get out of the swamp. Get out of the swamp and get into the suburb.
Flip burgers.
So yeah, they agreed, especially since the pay was going to be good, offering gold, and they can, they don't. If a Murloc's got gold to buy fish, he doesn't need to go running around the swamp trying to find them.
Yep. Capitalism, baby.
So they're willing to send crews, and I suppose you guys can inform them of that. And Gribble's happy to hear, and he offers you guys 3,000 gold each as a reward for your valiant efforts in getting the fledgling Murloc crude shipping company off the ground.
So much made up shit.
Oh yeah. All the scrolls.
Oh, I'm gonna blow the whole thing on Dreamweed.
$3,000 gold worth of Dreamweed.
Worth of Dreamweed. I'm gonna start buying wholesale and having the obnoxious little kids sell retail.
What is there, 4 of
Comes on
you?
the package.
So there you go. There's your cash.
Oh shit. Payday.
Damn. It's a good thing we got these 100 gold coins in this realm.
Yeah, I like the idea that there's. What is the platinum pieces? Are they like? Aren't they 100 gold pieces?
I don't know.
No.
I think they're
10.
10.
Yeah, 10 I thought.
I think they're all increments of 10 except for
Mhm.
EP, which are I think
5,
5
I think.
silver pieces. Yeah, like half a gold. It's weird.
That sounds right.
Oh, that is half a gold.
Yeah. But
Lord Crust
just
has
gold.
implemented
Easier.
a special coin that he has minted that is worth 100 gold pieces. It's known as
yeah.
Wow.
It's known as a crust coin,
Yep.
and each crust coin is redeemable for 100 gold pieces from the crust treasury upon receipt. and
Yeah.
verification of authenticity.
Yep. Do you have to get the tickets from the mines?
No, we don't have the crust coin. I just don't want to worry about hauling around your gold.
Is it getting late? Should we crash here?
It's like mid-afternoon. You could easily make it back to the inn as long as nothing holds you up again. Don't run into any green hags or beautiful elven babes.
Yep. No trouble.
While you guys are talking to Gribble, Gribble also hands you a basket of ladyberries, freshly picked from his greenhouse. And what I'm saying, a basket is 12 ladyberries.
Nice.
Oh shit.
So I can give 3 to each, or you guys can figure it out.
Y'all divide them. I don't need any. Y'all divide them up.
I wanted to create a larger unit, because, I don't know.
Well, we should just try to
A bushel.
to brew 4 recipes when we get to the inn, basically, right? Because the good ones are 3 each, right?
Yeah, the level 2 ones are,
Yeah.
I think they are. No, they're just 2.
Oh, nice.
But if you can, a lot of you guys can do like 2 or 3 a day, right?
Yeah. So that's awesome. We can
So
try
that's good.
6 cooks.
So what? 4 berries each for the 3 of us.
Yep.
We'll steal gurgles.
All right, you guys mark all that shit down.
Yep, I marked it.
And Gurgleberg, and you're kind of
Gurgleberg
looking.
helps out and shit. He helps out, keeps guard while they're doing all this cooking, and gets them.
Well, no, you're not
fire-
doing the cooking
firewood.
right now,
No, just when
unless you want to. Pip kind of stares at you, Gurgleberg, and says, "I feel like I know you. Perhaps we knew each other in another life."
I don't know. Perhaps.
Crazy, no?
That's it. That's all from Pip. That's all I got for you. Just remember Pip.
Do I know Pip? I don't think so.
Yeah, he was in the one shot, remember?
Oh.
He was the nasty,
Yeah.
overpowered, min-maxed
Oh yeah.
major creation that gave bless
yeah.
and refused to go down on his bless. And
My son is running some bullshit like that right now.
it was good. It was good. It was a good major creation.
Oh yeah.
He's a artificer slash
Cleric, right?
The
cleric.
one with
Yeah.
protection from good and evil, right?
Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
He's got
That's
all the
impossible
buffs.
to
He's
hit.
got just tons of buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an armor.
A little bit of good luck and you just shut
Artificer.
down any fight, mostly, unless.
And he gave just buffs to everyone. Like everyone just had like buffs to all their rolls, and yeah, he was all about. He was the ultimate utility.
Yeah.
Healing buffer. That's why he's just giving you a little nod there, Gurgle. Just a little nod. He might have known you one day in another world. So yeah, it's late afternoon. You guys got plenty of time to make it back to the inn, and it's not like generally the road from here to there should be. I mean, should be some of the safest roads that you know. This is between Hickory Hill and the inn, and it's busy as always with the festival coming soon and the bustling economy of the county. The roads are pretty happening.
Hell yeah, let's head home.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back.
All right, so you guys bid Gribble and your friend Pip goodbye, and I guess you probably told them that yeah, we did all that. That the Swamp Boys and the crews will be here, or whatever's left of the Swamp Boys and the crews should arrive within a day or so to get to work on the Murloc Shipping Company. Gribble's Murloc Shipping Emporium. Or workshopping it here. I'm workshopping it, guys. Gribble's Shipping Company. What do you think of that, Gurgleberg? What do you think of your people improving their life and
Any parts to all parts.
increasing their interaction with the humanoids of the county?
I think that's great. It's progress.
Yep. It's a monumental day in human Murloc relations.
Together we can be something more. All right. So you guys heading to the inn?
Yeah.
All right. We'll get you off there then.
With our loot.
I decided I'd use more maps even when things may not really happen, just to keep you guys on edge. That never know when something might happen. Yeah. Never know when you're on a map. Just throw them out there a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, it's
see you
always
guys.
fun to have. We can move our tokens around. And...
Yeah. Plus, I don't have to make a lot of maps anymore. I just pull them out.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys get back on the trail and start heading back towards the Naked Halfling Inn. It's several miles. It's probably going to take a couple hours, maybe an hour or two. And you guys aren't walking too fast. You're probably kind of wearily limping a little bit. Looks like Elisenda's probably limping a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Copan's limping a bit.
Gurgleberg's probably, I mean...
You're doing all right. You got 13 wounds, but 8 temporary, so I don't know.
He was feeling pretty defeated until he drank that supreme healing potion.
That's right. I did get you guys to use all your shit. That was kind of fun.
All of it.
Yeah.
Anything that was we could.
Emptied that
We had 4
inventory.
deaths, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So as you guys are heading back, you're heading back on the road. Let's roll some perception rolls. Ooh. Gargle. Gargle.
That was a 19 turned to 1.
Gargle. $16, $14, $16. Horde.
Overall, pretty decent.
Yeah, you guys are decent.
Virgil was looking at a curvy piece of wood.
As you guys are walking along, you're kind of listening to the crowds that are not the crowds, but just travelers and groups of travelers that either pass you or kind of walking the same way as you. Perhaps they're going slower or faster, and you're listening to their conversations. And there's talk of a recent speech by Lord Crust in the town of Hickory Hill that perhaps you knew might have been coming, but might have happened a little bit sooner than expected. And in this speech that was delivered yesterday, he told them of the Lapan coming and what the Lapan were. There's lots of rumors and murmurs about these supposed rabbits.
People.
He also informed them that all taxes would be suspended for 10 years, courtesy of this sale of the farm to the Lapin.
Very popular
And
policy.
also other things would become
publicly funded.
based on these newfound wealth from this people to who will move in and join the wonderful amalgamation of creatures and humanoids that we have going on in Hickory County. A lot of people were excited about that, especially a lot of the people in the town who have who stand to benefit from not having to pay taxes for 10 years. There was some people, though, that seemed to be not all that excited about it, as they are not reaping the benefits of the Ladyberry boom and the proposed tax-free policy as the sort of the lower class farmers and stuff who don't pay a lot of taxes as it is, and that this is just going to make... They see this as a further strain on the already increased prices of stuff around here. And now there's some weird fucking rabbits coming to town. So this is kind of the talk that you hear, and while you don't necessarily run across any people that are completely anti the Lapin or these people coming in, you just hear that there's discussions of it, and that some people at the speech expressed vocal discontent with these immigrants.
A lot of social change happening in Hickory Hill County.
Yeah. You have to build a fence.
Got rabbits. We've got Gribble's amphibious Murloc crew.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the Murlocs have been around for 20 years, but they're now being not just relegated to their lonesome swamp existence. They're starting to integrate a bit more. It all started with Gurgleberg. Gurgleberg's been the catalyst to bring the Murlocs closer to the other citizens of the county.
I think, Green Eyes. Scully Green Eyes.
Yeah, I haven't really brought her much back this campaign. She's been around though. She's been running in the North Swamp doing her thing. I'm sure we'll see some more of her before this campaign's over. Probably should have had her rescue you guys. That would have been a better idea. Old Scully Green Eyes comes in and gives Esther Willows a bit of her longbow.
Give her the what for?
It's hard to do all that when you're running a combat at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Brainstorming.
A level 12 ranger or a Murloc Netter comes to our rescue.
I really underplayed that, didn't I? Yeah, Dorothy, why are you bothering me? You gotta get down.
Be like Dorothy coming to save us. Oh.
She's vicious.
Actually, I don't know. Dorothy might have been more effective than that Murloc Netter. She could have gotten away from him and at least survived a few rounds to throw taunts.
Or gave a couple of us advantage when we needed it.
Yeah. Should do some intimidation rolls.
All right, so you also hear in your travel to the inn that the price of ladyberries has gone up to 400 gold pieces a unit now. As the talk of the several hundred Lapin coming into the area soon and the festival starting within 2 days, there is added pressure on the wonderful, everybody loves Ladyberry.
Everybody loves ladyberries.
Everybody loves the ladyberries, wants to get the ladyberries. Can't get enough ladyberries. Everybody wants to cook with the ladyberries and eat the ladyberry fruit and try and get those permanent buffs. So, you, as a final rumor that you hear, or scuttlebutt, or hot goss that you hear on the road, is that Lord Crust will be at the inn tonight giving another speech on the Lapin to the crowd there. Just trying to he's got the informational campaign going. He's doing
I always had a bad feeling about that Lapin.
doing the rallies.
Gurgler doesn't trust the rabbits.
I don't want to be too harsh because everyone's been very accepting of me, and I don't want to, be the
You don't want to be the new guy who's calling out any of the others. Say like, I wouldn't trust them. They're not like us.
I'm not trying to do that. So morally, he's got a good moral compass at Gurgleberg.
Dorothy, you gotta stop. I can't just pet you the whole time. Get down.
Lord Crest seems pretty convinced that the Lapin are going to be good. So hopefully he's...
Okay, well, good. Well, then good. I hope it's good news,
So far, we've had zero evidence to suggest that they're evil.
Okay.
Except that they're vaguely French, which is...
They just get too excited about the ladyberries. They get too excited.
You're still sus on them?
I think there's a lot of excitement in general, though, on the ladyberries.
Well, I guess so. I mean, to be fair.
Even the Murlocs are growing up.
Yeah, well.
Who's more sus, the Murlocs or the Lapin?
Just don't like the French.
I say with zero motivation.
It's because they're French, isn't it? It's because they're French. It's because they're French, and you'll never know what the French are gonna do.
Yeah, I don't want somebody to be more stuck up than I am.
Yeah.
But all of your interactions with them, though, they've been nothing. I mean, they obviously have
nothing but wholesome and nice.
That's true.
And
I don't know.
They've been nice. They withheld their true identity at first, but they were.
Yeah, that's a little sus.
Their reasons for it, though, were past discrimination, and it is a bit shocking. They are fucking rabbits.
Hey, if anyone knows, it's me. Hey. I don't know why.
If Gurgler's got a bad feeling about him, we better keep an eye on him. Because Gurgler, he's a monk from the swamps. He's got the vibe going.
Oh, man. I don't know how to drink with these glasses on.
Glasses.
Major's got cool reading glasses.
I got reading glasses on. Not really. They're like it's like a new thing. Yeah, it's like a new thing for me. So
I'm gonna get a pair of those soon too.
I need them to read my notes that I write. Everything else I can see fine, but I can't see my own writing.
That makes sense. Yep.
Let's get these guys out. Come on, close. The fuck? Is it frozen?
Mine seems to be okay.
Alright, now it's working. Hold on. You know who it is. Of course you know who it
Teenagers.
is.
You need
Da,
them all.
da, da, da,
Son of a
da,
bitch.
da, da, da.
Eight icons, bro.
If this were a television show, there'd be like they'd have their own like little musical like thing that would play as you guys are walking up to the inn. You see them all hanging out by the doorway, just up to no good. One of them's smoking a little pipe or something. Not that dream weed, just tobacco. Just being a bad boy. So you guys going in the inn? You gonna walk by the teenagers and talk to them?
Yeah, just don't make eye contact. Maybe they'll hang back.
What's the roll for?
Gurgle
Are you
was
trying to
sneaking
stealth
around.
by them? They
Yeah.
spot you coming up the road, Gurgle. There's no hiding.
I failed it.
So as you guys get close, they say, the heroes of the inn are here. Tell us of your latest adventures. And Rickles Roberts kind of comes over and acts tough, and he says, yeah, tell us what's going on. He's got a New York accent, too, now.
Fucking Rickles Pickles, we're too tired for this shit, man. You just came from the South Swamp. How about you and your friends piss off?
They said, the South Swamp. They said, did you hear the news? Did you hear the news?
What news would that be?
Oh, we'll tell you, but you know. How about you give us a little dream weed?
Dude,
Oh, God.
you're just gonna tell us what we already know again, man.
Persistent little shits.
What do you think? We're just not going to smoke dream weed anymore? Come on! Help us out. What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to become cool heroes?
Dex-
How about you go do something useful, Pickles?
Fine.
We're
Well,
going to the inn.
and one of the Greenweed twins pipes up and says, "The rabbits! The rabbits! There's 2 of them here tonight. Lord Crest is gonna show them off. 2 of them here tonight." And Rickles turns and says, "You fucking, we didn't get anything for that. Why you gotta run your fucking mouth? God damn it, Greenweed."
Dude, we've already seen the rabbits. We escorted them here.
Yeah.
It's no surprise.
Like, we're the ones that invited them. Like, we escorted them into the area.
And they're like, "Well, so can we have some weed or what?"
Oh, man.
No, Dorothy.
We ain't got
Not
no
25 and your prefrontal cortex is finished developing.
Dorothy,
But Dad, when did you start smoking weed?
Never mind.
No. No.
Irrelevant.
Get down.
It was a different time, kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Enough of my teens. They just kind of mosey away after they realize that you're not going to give them any weed.
Yeah. I kind of want to start a little garden just to get them off the back.
Yeah. we
And
can do that.
also make some money.
Stop! Stop, Dorothy, stop! Just
Hey
stop.
man,
Yeah.
what if every
Get down.
time we came back
Get
here,
down.
we
Get
bought a
outta
large
here.
amount of
Get-
green weed
get-
and then had them sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn into a Breaking Bad situation.
Why not?
Are you guys trying to start a
That's what's up.
empire?
Yeah, and we're gonna hire all the teenagers to be our salespeople.
Yeah, we're gonna pimp them out.
There's water in the room, babe.
I don't
There's
know
water
about
on the
these
shelf.
guys.
In his room.
Copan's not on board with this Breaking Bad idea.
Dude, those
No.
kids are too annoying. I can't.
No, not either. Gurgleberg's not either.
They don't seem trustworthy. I feel like they'd,
No.
the first sign of trouble, you guys get ratted right away.
It's gonna be a bad situation. No matter
Yeah.
what.
Alright, we going into the inn now? Enough of my, Enough of the fun with the kids.
No.
Hold on, let me turn off the it's fucking light. Lighting's all jank.
All buggered up.
Hey, no, it's not.
Oh, is he in bed with you? Oh.
Oh boy, they're all up, huh? Uh-oh. It's a big place.
Yeah.
You've been here before.
Yeah. The end.
Once or twice.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure Capon knows the place.
The rugs really tie the room together.
It does. Over in front of the stage and then in the entryway.
It
here.
does. I mean, yeah. It really does, man.
I bet that rug's been pissed on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I guarantee it has.
Yeah,
This is not a
probably. The way that parties happen here probably happens like once a week.
Yeah.
They have to haul it out to the river like once a week. Little Copan used to have to do it. It used to be one of his chores.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yep. You should tell stories about it.
I'd rather throw the rug pisser in the river.
Alright. There's some.
Big boys.
So they're large because they're supposed to represent a large crowd of people.
Yeah.
If you get to my drift.
I figured. They're
Like-
just intimidatingly sized.
Similar to kind of how we did the villagers in the Murloc town. It's like a dozen people. What's Mage gonna do? Some mob violence stuff again? Maybe we'll see. Who
Yeah.
knows? Who
well,
knows?
hopefully there'll be some regular sized ones that we can get in a bar fight with.
Where's my other? Yep, need these guys.
Should have taken another short rest at Gribble's.
No, that was last campaign with the bar fights, though, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like Raiden had a decent amount to do with that.
I think so.
Especially the first 5 or 6 levels.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of bar fights. We kind of outgrew those a little bit, though. Once the power starts
Start
scaling
doing
up
more
a little
damage.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like can't
But it was
cast
fun.
chain lightning inside a bar, you know.
Yeah. But it was fun kicking and shoving.
Oh yeah, we did a bunch of them early on.
Water.
Yeah, I tried to not, cause you can. I try and just change things up a bit so that it doesn't
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
It's not the same style as stuff.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of them early on. Yeah, we bring them back every once in a while. For fun.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not that hard. You just put us in a bar. And
Yeah, especially with the inn too. I just put you in here and have somebody run their mouth, and
Yeah,
Dude,
somebody
big
with
bam
their
boom.
opinions, and then
someone has an opinion. The opinion's not widely shared by the heroes, and from there,
so we
things
dogpile down, and
things happen.
beautiful
the,
thing.
the hive mind has spoken.
All right, we'll keep that hidden for now. So you guys arrive in the Naked Halfling Inn. It is bustling. 2 days before the summer festival, the annual Naked Halfling Inn Summer Music Festival. Copan's hoping to play a couple gigs during the festival, and there's always lots of time to fill. So he feels like he's got his first gig as a burgeoning bard. Whoa.
Who's this? The burgeoning bard?
Your
Copan.
fellow party mate,
Oh,
Copan.
Copan.
Yeah.
I see Pakal there. Yeah.
He's a beat up burgeoning bard.
Pakal's not a burgeoning bard. He's a proven
know.
star.
Absolutely.
The fucking
established.
goddamn arrow of the river.
He is the bard.
No.
The bard.
So you guys arrive and everyone's kind of the place is packed even more than it usually is. It's like standing room only. You can barely find some of that, and there's kind of a buzz about everyone's talking about Lord Crust and the Lapan, and getting a chance to get a glimpse of these Lapan in their natural state tonight is the tease. People are whispering about them. Are they lycanthropes? What kind of beast are they? They're moving here? No taxes for 10 years. Oh, I'm gonna have so much gold. But you hear others. You hear others not so excited about it, and
Or suspicious.
kind of grumbling about it, saying that another several hundred people in the county is only going to make things go even higher. I can't even afford to reshoe my donkeys. And there seems to be kind of a crowd of especially disgruntled people forming over by the bar and around this Mr. One Mike Manhurts. And they're he's kind of leading them in a little bit of the disgruntledness. But they're a minority in the crowd. Most people seem excited about it, and that's what you guys arrive and kind of notice initially. As you walk in, Pakal sees you and kind of beckons you over towards the bar to talk. You make your way through the crowded Naked Halfling Inn.
I try to yell over the crowd. Pakal, it's really busy in here.
He smiles and he says, "Yes, we're making so much gold. Business is booming. Pakal can retire right now if he wanted to. Maybe I will. Copan, it's all yours. Pakal retires. I'm hitting the road again. I'll be back in a year."
What's Mom gonna say about that?
She's behind the bar and listening to him say that, and she kind of just shakes her head and kind of looks back and goes, "Oh, the tour's canceled." Our manager says no. He looks at you guys and he says, "How fares it with Gribble? Will the Murlocs help us or not? We certainly need some good news here."
I'm proud to say they will.
thanks to Gurglerberg, I think, we
Yeah.
told the story of how Turok took over the Murloc village and Gurglerberg challenged him to single combat. And we defeated him and his followers, and now there's peace in the village again.
A song to be written. Turok the Murloc took over the Murloc village. Pakal seems pretty well liquored for the afternoon, but he's having a good time. He's it's the 2 days before the festival, and he seems to enjoy the Lapon too. He's been he had a good time with those emissaries that had arrived, and it appears they have come back as the majority of the caravan is just imminently about to arrive in the county. So, and tonight he explains the two emissaries, Jean-Pierre and Claude, have returned, and they will be on stage with Lord Crust and will present themselves in their true rabbit form to the people. He says, hopefully it will go well. The impromptu speech yesterday by Lord Crust in town, well, let's just say not everyone seems excited about different people moving in, different humanoids or different creatures moving into the county. He says, but Pakal enjoys it. They seem like quite the partiers. Pakal then states that perhaps Lord Crust was a bit impetuous in his earlier speech, as I think the place to deliver news like this is always at the Naked Halfling Inn, where everyone's just in a little bit better mood.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see. And he says, but who knows? We are a bit short-handed on security, so boys, can you keep an eye on the crowd while this speech is being given? Boys and girl. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
look at
Elisenda.
us. Look at us, Pops. We're all beat up. You better give us some food first, at least.
Boys and elven babe. He says, food, of course. And he looks, and before you even really mention anything, Mama Headchopper's brought over some, I don't know, something good. Not
Smells
not magical food. You guys got your own berries, but I guess you
Need
don't have
more.
time to cook, but
We need more stuff. Could eat my sushi, I guess.
Pakal says, wow, this is wonderful news that that Gribble and the Murlocs will be starting their the new shipping, whatever he called it, company. What did he decide on? He was workshopping it the other night. He says, I shall go head upstairs and tell Lord Crust as he's preparing for this big speech that shall be happening shortly. Again, keep an eye on the crowd during the speech. We don't want any trouble. And Pakal heads off upstairs to find Crust and relay the good news and prepare for the big speech.
While we're eating our food, can we take a short rest?
Yeah, I'll give you a short rest. We'll say you spend an hour down here eating food and hanging out. And are you guys partying? You guys want to do some
Yeah.
party rolls?
So I don't
Right,
know if
so
everyone will, but I will.
If you're interested in trying to get drunk or get your drank on, what do we always do? We do a wisdom and then a con, right?
Yep.
Damn,
Sounds
Ellison.
right.
Yeah, I needed that.
No, you did need that.
So if anyone's attempting to party, even though you're tasked with watching the crowd, but hey,
I've got some sushi if somebody really needs it.
hey man, not gonna say I always showed up to work sober.
Right. All right. I am both wise and is that Constitution?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! You were able
Can't hold
to.
my liquor all that well.
No, that you were wise though, in that you drank a drink, but then you had a glass of water between each one.
Smart. But
Cool.
yeah, I mean, I saw death, so I was pretty haunted by that. I'm trying to forget about it, so I drank a little bit tonight.
Oh, the hot elf babe's gonna drink?
She's gonna drink very little, but she's not feeling great.
You also drank water between your drinks, so just watered wine, please.
Copan's gonna drink some fish wine.
Well, some of your fish wine that you brought back with you. Ah, check it out! It's fish wine from the Murdochs.
Yeah, I'm gonna be passing it around a little bit. Constitution 14. Oh, it was wisdom first. Well,
Doesn't matter. You can do it either.
wisdom 14.
You just gotta get above 12 in one of them to not look a fool while you're partying.
Delicious. This is gonna be a hit.
There is a downtime in the. There's no one playing on the stage, Copan. If you want to go up there and try and do a ditty or two in front of the completely packed
All right, I'll give it
inn.
a shot.
This would be a good
Feeling
warm
better.
up for your for the festival nights if you're gonna try and play.
Yep. I'm gonna go up and do my rendition of Elvish Babe for the crowd.
Despite all our rage.
Yeah, and I'm gonna salute to Elisenda. I'm gonna say this goes out to the baddest Elvish babe in the crowd. Let's give it a
I
shot.
love it. Oh, it's a pretty good rendition.
Great.
Despite all her rage, she's still just an Elvish babe. Alright, I'll get some XP as Copan gets up there between some of the unnamed side acts that play. Maybe the instrumentals and the house bards. He gets up there and plays plays his signature tune, Despite All Her Rage. His ode to Elisenda. Anything else you've been workshopping over there? Or are you saving that for
I've
festival
got one for
time?
Bardic Inspiration, but nothing else. He's tired tonight. He's just gonna play that once.
All right, so you play your one song, and the rest of you enjoy the music of Copan, and why don't we roll some perception checks? Copan, it's hard for you to perceive what's going on as you're in your performance zone, just enjoying the crowd and the fans. Couple of not hot halfling lasses give you the winks. Not as hot as you'd like. Mediocre halfling lasses.
Better than a hag, though. Come on.
Yeah, but that hag could look like the hottest halfling lass ever if she wants.
Exactly. I would never suspect a mediocre halfling lass to be a hag.
Yes, that's how I'll hide her. Mazer, you disconnected for some reason, I think. You could roll that when you get back.
Yeah.
Gurgleberg, as you're sitting there listening to Copan play his song that you've heard him workshopping for a while now, it's not a bad. He's doing pretty good with it. You're also listening to these this Mike Manhertz and some of these more disgruntled guys that are sitting over at the bar over here. You listen to them talk about how they're just not so excited about the Lapon. They're kind of cracking rabbit jokes and talking about how things are getting tougher and everything's more expensive, and we're not getting our piece of this great pie that's happening in the county. Everyone else is getting richer and getting ladyberries. Shit, I ain't had a ladyberry in fucking weeks. That's the kind of the chatter you hear.
I'll shoot a couple glances over, not trying to be obvious or anything, but yeah, Gurgleberg's just kind of just chilling out, not really, just kind of watching everything that's going on. He's not trying to party too much.
Mike Manhertz notices you. Gurgleberg notices that you're a Murloc, and he looks over and kind of spits at the ground and says, "Look, there's fucking Murlocs in here tonight, too. Jeez. Let anybody in this fucking place. This county's gone to shit, you know. My parents died killing those fucking Murlocs, and there's one slithering in here." He's saying it kind of under his breath, but you hear him.
You just give him a cold stare.
You both just go,
Yeah.
we don't like this.
Just stare back with your cold, fishy eyes.
We don't really like people saying things like that. We might have to murder you.
Like, damn it.
We're just here trying to party with the Lapon coming, and you guys gotta go and fucking start this shit, man. We're having a good party, everyone's having a good time, and then you gotta come in here with your dominant male monkey motherfucker shits.
Somebody acts like at the bar, 50-50, they're getting killed sometime in the campaign.
I mean, the problem is we're like actual social justice warriors, so anytime someone's racist,
Yeah.
You're also trying to bring the different races of the county together in a peaceful manner. So yeah, it's certainly working against your goals. Dorothy's going to town.
yeah. Is she attacking Krusty for you?
No, she's barking at something out there.
I made an alliance with her by giving her pizza crust earlier.
There's probably just a person walking by. It's probably not even a dog. It's probably just a person.
Yeah, Krusty's learned the power of bribery. Highly effective.
I made friends with her then, gave her a bunch of scratches. She hasn't bitten my foot once today.
Yep.
So that's what you hear coming from the crew over here by the bar. Some of the villagers, farmers, and locals, and the drunk Mike Manhertz. Incidentally, that name Mike Manhertz came from my college football game. That was a generated name that was generated by the game.
Nice.
I was pretty excited when I saw it. Like, ooh, I gotta get this guy, Mike Manhertz. He was a wide receiver though. Would have been better if he was like a linebacker. Anyway, stole the name. Thought it was a good
gets
one.
back, Gurgleberg will point out these clowns.
So Mike
They're not
Manhertz
gonna
also,
deal with
he is a large man. And you guys kind of recognize him. He's been kind of a local around town for a long time. Bit of a hothead.
We'll keep an eye on him.
Generally works and like he doesn't you know, his parents were killed in the Murloc Wars, and he's generally just been a kind of a laborer, kind of a he was a at one time he was a soldier in the Crust Guard, but He was
Manhurst?
kicked out. Yeah, you guys know him a little bit. He's got kind of a little bit of a reputation, we'll say.
He likes to stir up the drunk locals.
I like to say if this were like I always think of D&D's kind of like a episode of like a series television, like Game of Thrones or something like that. And
Yeah.
this episode would start just on Mike Manhurts for like the first 5 minutes, following him, learning a little about Mike Manhurts before it comes to you guys. That's how it would be. That's how it would start. You'd follow Mike Manhurts in the bar for a little bit.
And then the party of heroes shows up.
Yep. You learn a little bit about Mike Manhurts and what he's all about. All right, so at this point, it's getting close to time, and you see Pakal come out from upstairs, and where'd he go? Kind of mention that, kind of signal to the room that Lord Crush shall arrive shortly with the Lapan emissaries too, and everyone kind of cheers a bit, and the salty crew just kind of sits over and just drinks and continues their negative conversations. It being 9:28. Let's take our 5-minute break, and then we'll have Lord Crest come down and give his speech.
Sweet.
say goodbye.
Are you concerned with the behavior of the disgruntled part of the crowd over by the bar?
I was trying to think, have we really killed people in the Naked Halfling that many times?
Not this campaign. There was that one big battle.
When they invaded the upper levels.
There was that, and then there was the other time when they came through the front.
Oh yeah.
They just came looking.
It was just the assault on Naked Halfling.
Yeah, they just came.
Yo.
Yo.
Hey.
We love you, one of those.
I remember Gilroy popping out of windows with a crossbow, being pretty effective.
No.
And then I remember, because if you remember, I had one of the rug hirelings or whatever was turned into a bear also, and then him and
Oh, that's right.
G went and had like a big grizzly fight right in the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah.
That was a pretty fun fight.
Yeah, that was good. We were just reminiscing on the battles that we've had at the Naked Halfling Inn. There's some good shit. The bear on bear fight. That was out front. Remember that, Ted?
And then it spilled in.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because remember they were coming for Sybil. She was hiding out upstairs.
And didn't they come in through the windows at night too?
Oh, yeah.
They tried to break in at a separate time too, I think. Right around then. Yeah, that's right. Because they were coming to take her back. Because she was going to marry the big fat Lord Butterberry.
Yep. Butterberry. Punk ass.
Cheers.
Bjorn, you got spell slots, huh? From your sushi?
Yep. And Arcane Recovery. So I got about half of them back.
Nice.
Short rest.
That's right, you guys are fucking beat up to hell, aren't you?
I've got one slot, one first level slot. That's one bless. No heals. We are in Pakal's Inn though. He's got heals. I don't know if we've been in like an actual bar fight in the Naked Halfling ever, like in the first campaign. Major's shaking it, nodding his head yes.
Right away with Gerald Rugg.
Oh, that's true.
Like, first couple campaigns. Got in a fight with Gerald Rugg, which kind of kicked it all off, which started it all.
Yeah, that's right.
Old young Davis Crust decided he couldn't keep it.
It's because he was being a dick to Tania.
That's right. It's running his mouth. He fucked around and he ended up finding out when Pakal stabbed him.
Yeah.
Murdered him in the drinking hill.
He knew that Lord Crust wouldn't do it, or that David Crust wouldn't pull the trigger.
Alright.
Burden on his shoulders.
You guys back?
Yeah.
Everybody back? Everybody back?
Yep. I think everybody's here. Heard all the voices.
Done a little bit of finding out in my life, but mostly been fucking around.
Yeah, same.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So as Pakal announces Lord Crest coming down, you see his daughter is here too, Elizabeth. She's hanging out with Rosalind, Copan's little sis, as they like to those little chatty Cathys like to get together. I believe they've been helpful in the past though. And Lord Crest comes down dressed in his finest. Let's see what Lord Crest looks like today. He might have a new picture. That's old Lord Crest. That's distinguished old man Crest. Standing in the cornfield. Yeah, I just stole my other Krusty Comes to Iowa AI art. Of course I did. There's only so many tokens I get for my AI art every day, alright? So, gotta recycle my good picks. He comes down and some cheer, and but the troublemakers over at the bar seem to just angrily drink their drinks and kind of mutter curses. No fucking lord of mine. He's oh, where's my other guys? He's accompanied by the two Lapin emissaries, Jean-Claude and Pierre. Follow behind him, and they're smiling and just enjoying being in the Naked Halfling Inn, as it is quite the place to be, especially when it's this crowded and kind of raucous. And Lord Crest kind of stands up, and people cheer, and after several minutes, and Barristone kind of angrily strutting about in front, and there's some other guards that are kind of in the front here, but there's also just a kind of crowds and masses of people here, to the point that it may not be easy to get from one side of the inn to the other, like through these crowds of people. Does that make sense? It's going to be something like difficult terrain if you want to try and move through these crowds of travelers, or even the soldiers, the farmers, the locals, and the travelers. Those large, huge tokens. Those are 10 to 12 people, kind of rowdily packed in a small area. It'll take, if you want to try and move through them quickly in a turn, it's going to take an action, and you're going to move at 1/4 speed through there. It's going to take an action with, depending on how rowdy the crowd is, a certain DC on your strength or dex. Just to set the tone for you. Not saying anything's going to happen. Could just be a normal speech, and no trouble here, but just in case. Lord Crest steps up on the stage, and after the crowd dies down, he begins his speech. He addresses the crowd. Citizens of Hickory County. He talks of their. He talks a little bit of the success of the Lady Berry and the fortunes it's bringing to this county. he begins to address that others have heard my speech yesterday in town of a new group of creatures to join us, the Lapin. And there's some cheers and some even not so much cheers, but just some mutterings from the salty crew. And I wouldn't say there's a lot of cheers from the crowd, but there's some clapping. And then he continues. The Lapin have imbued us with a fortune in gold, and there will be no taxes on any citizen and any business in the county for 10 years. And at that, a number of the crowd, a large percentage of the crowd, begins to cheer pretty vigorously. I mean, people like no taxes. Am I right? And
there's a couple of deregulation and just disregard
it's
for the good of the common people. This depends.
That's kind of, you hear a little bit of mutterings from the salty crew that ain't gonna mean much to me. I don't make enough to pay much in taxes anyway. It's all those rich folk over there, townsfolk, and the ones that own all the businesses and shops making all the money from this boon. Rest of us getting squeezed out. But it's tough to hear that over the kind of the cheering from the front and those that are excited about this. And Lord Crust continues his speech about the Lapin. There's other skills they can provide. They are considered to be some of the finest farmers in the world, and their knowledge of foods could lead us to ever more powerful uses of the ladyberry. And there's some cheering about that as, further advancement of the ladyberry recipes is what everyone's always looking for. And Lord Crust says, and with the summer festival starting in 2 days, and the caravan arriving tomorrow, he says, the Lapin have also agreed to fund all the food and drink for everyone at the festival, for the entire festival. All to be paid, all drinks are free. And everyone really starts cheering as that. I mean, everybody loves free beer, don't they?
Yeah.
Especially if the whole festival is just going to be just all comped to everyone. And as they're laughing, you see Pakal kind of like smile and go, yes. And he's Lord Crust looks at him and kind of frowns, and he says, "These will be at reasonable rates, Pakal. Don't you try and increase this." I've heard of your what do they call that? What does Uber call it when they do like their
surge pricing?
Surge pricing. No surge pricing, Pakal. And the crowd will continue to cheer a lot for the free drinks and that, and there's no taxes for 10 years is really the big selling point. But the free drink and free food and drink for the festival will be pretty nice. And and then once the cheering dies down a bit, after we'll say a minute or so, it goes on for a while, and even some of the salty crew kind of like that idea. Like, fuck. And, Mike Manhurt seems to not be that excited about it. But some of the others that were buddying up with him. They seem to be, yeah, dude, free beer and free drink. It's like, wow, we'll get something out of it, I guess. Lord Crust then says, I'd like to introduce the Lapin. And tonight, our two Lapin emissaries, Jean-Claude and Pierre, will reveal their true selves and show you what the Lapin look like. Fear not, they are our friends and neighbors and benefactors as it is now. Befriend them, buy them drinks, enjoy their company. They shall become valuable members of the county. And they come up and kind of pal around with Lord Crust for a little bit, kind of, I don't know, hug and embrace a bit, and then at that moment they turn and they drop their illusions and reveal their true rabbit selves to the people, and everyone initially, like, all the noise stops for a second and looks, and then one person in the crowd goes, "Hey, they're kind of fucking cute, aren't they?" And then the other one goes, Aww. Somebody laughs, and everyone goes, "Yeah!" And the party starts back up, and they start kind of dancing around, and they are cute. I mean, they're rabbits. What are you gonna do? I suppose I could get them on board in their rabbit fineness, huh? Where'd they go? There you go.
Some regal looking rabbits.
So after the initial kind of silence and awe, and one after everyone realizes they're pretty fun, and they kind of the party starts back up again, and they kind of start dancing around, and members of the crowd kind of come up and start like meeting them and like laughing and just talking to them and asking them questions about the Lapin and this and that. It seems to be going pretty well. Would you guys like to roll some perception checks? Gurgle? Gurgle?
Perception?
Gurgle? Gurgle?
Ooh. 1.
Gurgle? Gurgle? Nice roll, Gurgs. Isn't that your second one you've rolled on your perception checks?
Yeah. Roll.
Bueller.
Too busy
on a side note, I watched like a little YouTube video that was like a little essay on the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it argued that Cameron was the main character in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And that the story is directed at his arc. I kind of enjoyed it. I don't know if I agreed with it all the way, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen a movie.
Yeah.
I remember.
I do remember what Teenage Me felt for Sloan, though.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yep. So the crowd kind of the speech ends, and the Lapin and Pakal and Lord Crust are kind of up at the front with the rabbits and kind of the group, and Bearstone's up there, watching the group, watching the crowd, and a lot of the crowd's up there just kind of greeting the Lapin and talking to them and just partying and drinking with them, and they're having a good time. And Elisenda, you perceive that the Salty crew is they don't seem to have changed their tune after this talk, and they're still talking about how I don't know, some free food and fucking drink ain't gonna buy me off. This is a bunch of horse shit. And they kind of start grumbling a bit and just making some noise and just still being pissy. And a group near these travelers nearby, several of them start kind of pissing on the Salty crew a little bit, just kind of jeering back at him like, "You guys are just a bunch of whiny lot, aren't you? Bitching about free food and drink. What the fuck's up your butt?" And they're kind of jeering a little bit, and the Salty crew's they're not taking it so hot. They're not enjoying it so much. I'm just going to turn the Salty crew right on the map. They're not necessarily hostile at the moment, but just so you can tell who's
So we know who they are.
who's salty and who's not. All right, so they begin kind of jeering at each other. These travelers nearby them, this pack of travelers nearby these locals that are getting a little bit unruly. They're not really noticed too much by anyone else except for Elisenda and Copan sitting nearby, as everyone else is kind of involved in the party that's resumed, and the trying to get a look at everyone's trying to get a look at the rabbits. Anybody got any actions they want to try or do, or spells, or want this just to continue? Gonna just let this party continue?
Yeah, I would say I don't think I have anything to.
You guys are just built for combat, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, just I hope somebody throws a punch or something, then we can get this party started, maybe. That's what's going on there, DM Major. All right, fuckers. All right.
I'm not. I have some non-combat spells like comprehend languages, but
Probably not gonna help right now.
yeah.
Not seeing a use on that one.
Yeah.
I'm just presenting a scenario and seeing if there's, I don't know, maybe some creative ways to get out of it, or
I don't know. Pretty sure. Elisanda's pretty persuasive. She's gonna go sit down with some of the Salty people and try and chat them up a little bit,
So the minute you get near any one of the male Salty people, they instantly are, whoa, there's this hot elvish babe near me. They instantly kind of calm down and look at you and are like, well, hello. Why don't you come and talk to me, Elvish babe? I heard that song earlier. Was that about you? They're a bit drunk too. Most of these unruly crowd have been partaking in the free beverages that are going on.
All right. She's kind of gonna, like, put on a little, like, fake laugh or whatever. Like, I like that there's free drinks, don't you? And she's gonna try and,
All right, make a
calm them all down.
Make a persuasion roll.
Everybody, drunk dudes love to agree with a pretty girl, and it just falls flat.
Oh, you try and use your hot Elvish babe charms, but I don't know,
It's been a long day,
I was gonna say you fart or something, but that might almost work in your favor. I could see in a weird way. I could see dudes being like, "Did you just fart? That chick just farted! Ah, get over here!" I don't know. Somehow
I think it's just been a long day. I almost died.
Yeah, you are also covered in like
charmed
swamp
down.
muck, and you kind of stink. So hag's blood,
Still wearing
your
her
own
glasses.
blood, your own
Makeover part of the movie yet?
the blood of your Murloc friends. So yeah, there's still a bit. I mean, they're obviously gonna continue to try and hit on you, Alessandra, because that's what drunk guys in bars do. But yeah, your persuasion on calming them down a bit, and this and that, just doesn't quite have the effect that you expected, that you were hoping for.
Fair.
At this point, the arguments between the travelers and the crew there that you attempted to use your charms on, it continues to escalate, and you see them kind of getting heated, kind of in each other's face a little bit. Some of them kind of giving some talking to, and the guards are trying to watch the room, but it's very crowded and it's loud, it's noisy, it's smoky. It's hard for the limited amount of guards to really see what's going on over there, especially since most of them are up here by Lord Crust, kind of keeping that secure around him, protecting the president. So as you look around, probably the only guards that are going to be of any use quickly are the ones right by the door, the unit by the door. But anywhere else, it's looking like there's not going to be a lot of help coming right away.
No.
As these two begin to S-talk each other a little bit more, and then it starts to this other crew over here, villagers number 4 and villagers, farmers, and locals number 1 start kind of jawing at each other as there's now two groups kind of verbally sparring.
Oh shit. Getting into it. I don't have a good way of getting them all to shut up. I mean, I can try intimidation, but it feels ineffective. Me being a little guy.
I think Copan would look to the kind of angrier mob near his side, and he'll say, "You know there'll be no trouble in the Naked Halfling Inn, especially not with Lord Crust here." And he wants to try an intimidation check against them.
All right.
Oof, what is with all the ones?
He gets his
At least
reroll
you're a
now.
halfling. Yeah.
It's a pretty good roll.
Still.
Several of the members of that group that you kind of addressed, number two, they seem to they know who you are, and obviously they've come here before. They're locals and villagers, and you are a beefy halfling, and they seem a bit intimidated and leery of continuing the shit talking that's happening right here. And one of them even tries to get their buddies to like, "Hey man, this is the naked halfling in. You start fighting here, you fucking that doesn't go well. That never goes well for anybody."
No. Bad news bears.
And as they're saying that, Mike Manhurts then throws back his drink and walks over and starts getting in the face of this group that's arguing with his salty crew, and he pushes one of them and they fall over to the ground, and everyone kind of goes silent for a second, and then the guy who falls, he gets back up and he comes flying at Manhurts with a fist that he misses and falls away, and Manhurts looks over at him and rolls for initiative. I was thinking these guys could have had ways to maybe diffuse it. I was thinking a darkness spell or a silence spell might have worked.
Yeah,
Everybody shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys didn't have anything. I was just seeing. I was
Yeah,
fishing.
I mean, I feel like hot girl trying to calm down drunk dudes is generally a good strategy, but we whiffed it
Yeah, you rolled
so hard.
You didn't roll very well. You were, like I said, you were tired and dirty from the swamp.
Yeah.
Just can't. You're just
Well,
asking too much of a hot elvish babe.
I think if Bjorn jumped on a table and stomped his feet and kicked. he might-
Gurgleberg, Elisenda, and Copan, do you guys want to roll initiative?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So.
Oh, look at
There we go.
that.
First,
Look
first
at
20 of the
Gurgle.
night.
Hey,
Mm.
nice.
Elisenda?
Oh, sorry. Get over here. Missed the fucking board with it.
Damn, you guys are rolling some shit rolls.
Rolling.
Hot
Nothing.
trash.
Yeah. Bringing up the rears, the party.
Not Gurglerberg and Bjorn.
Actually, not
Yep.
that.
Or not Gurglerberg.
No, Bjorn.
anyway.
Bjorn's
Yeah,
pretty
so
bad.
Bjorn's in the back.
4. He's bringing up the rear. All right, Gurgleberg, you looks like these travelers took a swing at Mike Manhurts, and he's dodged it, and looks like he's coming back with he's got a big angry face, and it looks like he's winding up to throw some blows.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I don't even want to do anything. To be honest.
I would just warn you, you probably don't want to just start murdering folks. Like
Yeah.
maybe if you are gonna do something, you might want to keep it non-lethal and not using weapons. Maybe trying to do.
No, I don't even want to. I don't even want to beat the shit out of anybody right now. I kind of want to let it see what happens.
Let it play out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, a couple punches thrown, it's fine. Not gonna. I'm not the fucking militia.
You can always hold an action too in case they attack somebody or something like that.
Yeah, I'll hold an action. If anybody attacks anyone in our party, I'll try and hold an action to attack them if possible. I guess, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna hold an action to. If anybody swings at me, I'll come at you.
Take a ready action.
Hope from behind the bar, you hear her kind of scream towards these guys fighting, and she says, "No fighting in the fucking inn! Get out of here!" She does a mom yell. The villagers, farmers, and locals won. seeing some punches get thrown next to them, they kind of push, and some mugs get flung across the bar and smash into a few of these guys' faces. As things have definitely turned as the mugs and the plates and that smash into this crowd. This crew up here, or this crowd up here, Locals 3, continues to, they seem to be still entranced with what's going on the stage, and the rabbits, they're not involved in the brouhaha. Same with these crew. Elizabeth Crust notices what's going on over there, but attempts to get the attention of some of these guards and her father to the trouble that's brewing. Pakal is enraptured with the Lapan at the moment, as when the Lapan are in rabbit mode, Pakal is like a little kid who's just like, aha, it's a rabbit! So he is not witnessing the chaos. These guys go running up and attempt to get in between this group. And they push towards these guys. And they kind of barricade and kind of push them back with their the side, their spears held lengthwise. And a couple of them fall over some of the bar stools though and take 4 damage. As 4 damage, though, represents this, mob of people, so it's... Oops, it's not the right person's. Represents, like, minor damage to several of the mob.
Got some stubbed toes and scuffed up shoulders.
Davis Crust doesn't quite see what's going on across the way, as it's a loud, smoky bar, and he's partying with the Lapan. Travelers 1 engaged with Mike Manhurts, turns, and they shower Manhurts with improvised weapons, attacks, and various bar mugs. And that's a hit, as Mike Manhurts takes a battering of kicks and punches from the mob. This crew up here of travelers is just packed around the stage enjoying that part of the party. Mike Manhurts, after taking this nasty attack, he comes swinging back at these people that just attacked him, and starts just throwing punches. Oh, bad punch by Mike Manhurts there, though. Elisenda.
Let's stick together for this one. I'm gonna... Oof. Like, they're just throwing punches at this point, eh?
Yeah, and like improvised weapons from the like beer mugs and I don't know, pool cues.
Well,
dishes.
You know what? We're gonna fucking pull out my sword.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna be smacking people. I'm gonna be smacking people with the flat of the blade. We're not gonna be chopping people up. We're just gonna be like using it as like a club, you know.
Alright, that seems risky though in a crowded bar.
Sure is, but
even if you're just trying to flat blade someone, it's like This is a very
Yeah,
crowded bar. I'm gonna say you have disadvantage
Good
on attacks because it's a crowded bar. How about that?
I've been fair enough.
This is a two-handed sword.
It's been a long fucking day. We're not dealing with this shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
And so we're gonna smash it to this group first.
Just gonna try and flat blade somebody, huh?
Start fucking knocking people out. That's the plan.
All right, you slap them. Let's do. What's your normal damage with that?
2d6.
Let's do 1d6 on the crowd.
1d6.
Plus your
Oh, shit.
plus your bonuses is fine.
Yeah. Just saying, I'm gonna modify this real quick. Oh fuck! How do I change this?
You just roll 1d6. We can just.
I'll just add the 3 after.
Yeah, I'll just throw it on villagers, farmers, and locals too. Whatever damage you do.
7. Seven for my first one.
Oh, you're slapping around a lot, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna fucking slap him around again. Someone different this time. Oof. That one's a miss.
So the hot elvish babe, after trying to calm him down with her beauty and looks, decides that's not going to work and pulls out her two-handed sword and just starts slapping people. It's harsh. Just living your best life, huh, Elisenda?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, do you have any other actions?
Yeah, I'll fucking go into a rage. I'm fucking pissed off.
Oh, shit. Ain't nobody starting no goddamn fights in this bar. Alright, Bearstone's, he's up here on the stage, away from the battle, not engaged at the moment. Bjorn! What's Bjorn gonna do? Can't hear you, Bjorn. Mazer.
Yeah. I'm logging back in.
Oh.
I can hear you guys.
Well, while he's logging back in, Gurgleberg, you have a held action on anyone attacking you, but you're seeing the party attack others. Do you want to use your held action to attack others? I'll allow that, even though no one's attacked your party yet.
No, I'll hold back.
This is a new and improved Gurgleberg, isn't it?
Well,
He's not running into danger and getting separated. He's holding back and waiting.
Also try not to make a bad example in the town.
You don't want to give the Murlocs a bad name as
Exactly.
the crazy Murlocs that starts riots in the inn.
Yeah, so maybe you'll just go up and grab one of these guys and try and like calm them down or pull them off.
You want to try and grab a guy?
Yeah.
You want to
Use,
make
sleight of
a...
hand?
Nah, it'd be some kind of strength check.
Never mind. Yeah, he's not doing strength with anybody, that's for sure. So he'll just stay off to the side
He's just standing there in like
and wait.
a wrestler's pose.
It's ready.
With your hands out in front, like half hunched over. Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Mazer got disconnected again. Wait a second here. Well, he's got the same initiative as these other guys, so we'll just have him go after them. Pierre is up top. Villagers Locals 2 turns towards you, Elisenda. You're slapping people with your blade, and a barrage of kicks and punches and various other tableware comes at you, and they miss. Gurgleberg, they did just swing at Elisenda, but she did just slap a bunch of them with her blade. So it's up to you if you want to. I guess you just gonna continue hanging out. And number 4 is going to. Whoa, that's not what's gonna happen. It's going to attack this guy. This crowd of opposed villagers in front of him, and that's a hit. As several go smashing to the ground and break a table, and you hear Mother Headchopper say, "This is why we can't have nice things."
Yeah.
Bjorn, are you playable now?
I hope so. I just got back in. So what I was gonna do last time, and I'm still gonna do, I'm gonna fucking, what's it called? Hypnotic Pattern their asses. A 3rd level spell.
Nice.
Last 3rd level spell slot.
It's a good
one. Yep. Let me draw the box. The boxes look different.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna do your fireball again.
I considered it, but we don't want to kill people in here. So I can hit all of. I'm hitting both sides. I want everyone affected.
Okay.
So Hypnotic Pattern, a flash of dazzling lights appears in the air above them, and anyone that sees it risks being charmed for 1 minute. In which case they are incapacitated and have a speed of 0. So they're just like in a dazed state if they fail. Yep.
Can you
They
drop?
be shaken.
Can you drop the effect on them?
Yes, I can.
On the ones that just failed?
Yep. Got it. Done.
So it's number looks like it's Travelers 1 failed.
Yep. So
Mike Manhurts failed. And the Drunk Local failed. And Villagers Locals 1 failed.
Yep. It's on them.
Boom.
So yeah, that will go away if anyone else takes an action to shake them out of it, or if they take any damage. They don't.
So they all just got flashbanged basically.
Uh-huh. So I'm hoping that just stops the fight. That's the idea.
Do you have any other actions?
Nope, that's my turn. I'm gonna
pretty
stand
useful.
there, and then I'm gonna mark it 0. Yeah.
Just flashbanged everyone in the middle of the fight.
Yep. I'm gonna yell at him to knock it off. That's it.
Mama Headchopper said to stop.
Yeah.
Mom said to stop.
Stop it, guys! No fighting.
Copan.
Copan is going to use his last spell slot to cast Bless. Sorry, Bjorn. It's gotta
Nope, go
to
for it.
The punchy
Yep.
guys.
Yeah. I get the least benefit from it out of our group.
Alright. And he's going to he's gonna kind of villagers 2 aren't stunned, are they?
Which one?
The one right next to me.
Yeah. 2 and 4 are not incapacitated. These two guys right here. But everyone else on this side is. Except for those two.
Alright, he's going to kind of start moving towards these guys with his hands up, saying, we got to stand down, we can't have violence in the bar after he casts his spell, and that's all he's got.
The drunk local is incapacitated, so they don't get to do anything, right?
Nope, not until someone.
They're just kind of seeing
damage.
stars and look at the shiny lights. Gurgleberg, top of the order.
Alright, well, Mannheimer is out of it for the most part, right? For now.
Yeah, he's hypnotically patterned.
Yeah, just gonna pass.
You hear Mama Rivers continue to shout. No fighting in the bar. The scuffle where you guys are at seems to the notice of the people at the front. They've kind of noticed that something's amiss over here at this end of the bar, but it's hard to see through the thick crowd up by the front. And you can imagine even the people not pictured, there's still other people within the bar. This is just my representations of it. The Crest Soldier Unit 1, I believe, is incapacitated.
Yep.
Crest Soldier Unit 2's on the opposite side of the crowd. Same with them. Lord Crest kind of looks up, and since he's tall and standing on the platform, he can kind of look over and sees that there's appears to be two sides squaring off, but a lot of them are blinded and just kind of hypnotically patterned, so he's not really certain what's going on. But he does kind of like start preparing himself and starts like moving towards, at least attempting to move towards the scuffle. Travelers 1 incapacitated. Travelers 2's part of the stage crowd. Mike Manhurt's incapacitated. Elisenda.
That's not incapacitated.
What?
2, the one right next to you and Copan. And the one
okay.
on the other side of Mike. Basically
On
the
the
two
far
big
side.
red farmers.
Yeah, the two big red farmers, locals, and villagers. 2 and 4.
Alright. I want to start whacking people with the pommel of my sword. Improvise. Is that just an improvised strength weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just my strength modifier, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. But do I still have disadvantage?
No, I won't give you disadvantage if you're using it like that.
Alright, so kind of put it back, like I sheath it, and then I'm gonna grab the sheath and just start whacking people up the head with the pommel, using it like a nightstick.
Alright.
I'll just oh shit, I still have this. Oh.
Now you got, because you have your raging and you have
rage.
your I don't know why. Are you doing like your reckless attack or something?
No, I just rolled strength, so it thinks it's a strength check, not an
And he's
attack,
raging.
right? And I'm raging.
Whatever. You rolled an 8. That's probably not gonna hit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, probably not.
Shouldn't you have a bless on it? Bless doesn't work on strength checks, does it? It should be an attack, isn't it?
It should be an attack. I just don't have it covered up.
Yeah.
So roll a d4. Roll a d4. So at 12. That's the 12's the armor class. That's a hit, isn't it?
If 12 is
Nice.
then yeah. Nice.
So it should just be D4 damage, eh?
Yeah, plus your strength modifier, right?
Yeah. So 7 damage.
Seven damage on number 2 as you
So I'm just clobbering them. I'm just like
smash several of them with
I'm
the
just like losing it.
pommel of your two-handed sword, and you bust open one guy's lip. Do you have any other actions?
Yeah, I'll do it.
That's a hit. Because you'll have a plus on that, don't you?
Yeah.
Four more damage.
So, yeah, 4 more damage. And so she's just screaming out, "Stop it!" She's lost into her elvish babe rage, and she's fucking going to town.
All right. Do you have any other actions?
No.
Bjorn.
Bjorn is gonna burn some more spell slots on crowd control, and he's gonna cast Grease in a 10-foot square around the locals, villagers, farmers, locals too, right next to Copan and Elisenda, which means they'll make a dex save, which they failed, so they are prone. And
Oh, you knocks them all on their asses.
And it is that 10-foot square, which is, I can't see it because it's underneath their token.
That's
There's
fair.
a 10-foot square under them that's difficult.
Those guys are covered in. Those guys are
Yep.
slipping and sliding all around on the ground.
Yep. And that does not require concentration, but it does burn a spell slot.
It's almost like a comedy movie. So they are laying on the ground, and they just got beat up and slapped with blades, and these guys are going to stand up, and they've had enough of this fight. They kind of start disengaging and moving away. You can take an opportunity attack at them if you would like, Copan or Elisenda, but they are, it appears they are bugging out.
No, I'm not gonna attack him.
Nah, I'm just gonna. That's right, you trifle bitches.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn them neutral as they are no longer involved in this riotous effects. Number 4, though, has not taken the same punishment. They are going to turn, and one of them's going to see Manhurts all weirded out, hypnotically patterned, and shake him and say, "What are you doing? Manhurts! Manhurts! Get back!" And he's no longer patterned.
Yep.
Where'd he go? Mike Manhurts, where are you? Paging Mr. Manhurts. Paging
took it off
Mr.
him.
Manhurts.
He's no longer incapacitated.
All right, Copan.
Copan's gonna go up here, and he's gonna kind of try to. Can he try to push these guys back and away from the guys they're fighting with?
Who are you gonna try and push?
The crowd, just kind of push him back and crowd control him back with some sort of strength action if it's dense enough.
You can attempt. It's hard because there's 24 people, kind of squared off right there. You can attempt it though. You can at least attempt to intimidate them to maybe step back. That would be more physically. You probably can't do it, but maybe
Okay.
Maybe a display or something might be able to.
Okay. Well, I'd pull my sword and I'd say, "You've heard what's happens to people who start trouble in the naked halfling. I'd stand down now. This has gone too far." And he's going to try to make an intimidation check.
It's a pretty
22.
good roll. Several of them look over at you. Manhurts kind of looks over and scoffs and says, "Fuck you, Rivers." But several of these guys over in Farmers Locals in 4, they seem a little bit, they seemed unnerved, and they do. Your reputation's started to get around, and they're not certain they want to do life or death battle right here with the heroes of the inn, the second generation. Do you have any other actions, Copan?
No, that's it.
This drunk local is seeing stars and his hypnotic pattern.
Yep.
Gurglebird. Surprisingly non-vicious Gurgleberg tonight.
Yeah.
Restrained Gurgleberg.
Well,
Civilized Gurgleberg.
trying not to make an ass of myself at the bar.
My wife said don't make an ass. She's not gonna pick me up again if I make an ass of myself.
Is Manhammer? Is he back up?
Yep. He was. shaking
Yeah,
awake.
he's back up. He was shaken awake by his the other mob, the last of his mob that hasn't abandoned him yet. I guess the local drunk is also part of the mob, but he's also he's incapacitated.
Can I make
Yeah,
like
he's
a
confused.
some kind of roll to help Copan out? Like maybe distract Meinheimer here.
Well, Copan was intimidating the other crew.
That's fine.
Aren't you kind of an unarmed guy? Isn't that part of your thing? This is I mean, you're kind of made for bar fighting, aren't you?
Stunning strike the dude.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably wipe out a lot of these
Yeah.
dudes, probably, but I mean,
So
Well, you don't have
punch
to
that
pull
guy
your
in the
sword
throat.
out, but you can just go and punch someone, and it's not like they're gonna die if you hit them. I mean, if you're not using a weapon, I'm not gonna call them completely dead. Now, maybe if you start beating them on the ground, we'll talk. But
all right. Can I get in there and punch him? Guess I gotta go.
well, those guys are hypnotically all the yellows in there in the guards. You guys
man.
also took the guards out of the fight.
It's a good thing.
Stay back, crust soldiers. We shall handle it. Let the weary, the weary swamp treading heroes take care of this bar fight.
All right, maybe we'll tell Manhurst to sit down. If he doesn't, maybe he throws a punch in, and I start trying to kick his ass. So we'll make an unarmed attack.
Oh, you missed Mr. Manhurts. He laughs
Yes,
and
huh?
scoffs and turns and sees and looks at you, and he spits and he said, "Sounds about right. Just like you killed my father coming after me, you fucking lizard. I'm gonna turn you into lizard meat."
Yeah, we're probably just gonna probably gonna hit him with the butt of my spear now. My short sword.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hit him with the pointy end.
Oh no, is that a 1?
Oh no,
Again.
a
No.
1.
Alright.
Still gets a
Well,
13 out of it.
I can still make one unarmed attack. Yes. Alright.
Not your best performance there, Gurgle. 3 misses, huh?
Brutal.
These guys are incapacitated. These guys are part of the stage. They've part of this crowd's kind of noticed and heard this ruckus and kind of tables clearing and chairs getting pushed and some shouting, and they've turned and looked to see. Some of them are noticing that there's a fucking bar fight going on. And even Bacall has begun, even though he can't really see through the crowd because he's short, he's kind of jumped up on a table and started looking over and said, "God damn it! Don't break the furniture!" Crust soldier unit's incapacitated. These guys are on the other side of the crowd. Davis Crust is seeing what's happening. He starts trying to move through the crowd a little bit and gets parts of the way through, but he's not being too aggressive pushing through it. He doesn't want to hurt anybody trying to get there. Incapacitated. Part of the crowd. Mike Manhurst turns towards you, Gurgleberg. He's pissed off that the audacity of a Murloc to throw a punch at him after your folk killed his family in the Murloc Wars. And he punches you right in the mouth. His big fist for 9 damage, and then he hits you again. And each time as he hit, he misses on the second one, but the first one, he spits on you after he hits you, and he said, "That's what you deserve, you fucking lizard." I need a better Murloc slur, but that's what I got for now. Mud lizards, yeah, that's what we used to call you. You fucking mud lizard. Elisenda.
She's gonna step up to Gurgleberg. You're allowed to move through friendly spaces like that, right? You just can't end your turn there.
Isn't that like a
that
halfling
works?
thing? Nah, you'd probably have to go around. You could go around, like, north. Up. I don't think you can go through friendly spaces like that, can you?
I thought so, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I guess the halfling thing is they can hide behind other humanoids, right? Like full-size humans.
Yeah.
You got enough movement to go around there. It's not a big deal.
It doesn't matter.
We don't need to argue over
So
that at the moment.
she's in a rage, and she has grown very fond of Gurgleberg. And it's one thing to get into a fight. We fight lots of people, but the slurs and the spitting.
It's one thing to punch him in the face, but you
the
cross the
racism
line.
and the gross spitting is gonna be a no bueno from
Social justice heroes
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah.
They unleash the
So,
full wrath now.
She
about to-
is gonna.
You're about
She's
to
gonna
get
take a
canceled,
proper-
man. Hurts.
She's gonna take a real fucking swing at this guy. I'm assuming it's still gonna be with disadvantage.
Yeah. It's a tight place. Wow.
You're gonna murder him?
You're just gonna kill him in the bar?
Nah, it's not
Yeah.
gonna kill him.
Why? It
It's not gonna
might.
kill him.
It's a lot. You do a lot of damage.
See what happens. Ooh, buddy.
You do an insane amount of damage and almost take his head off as he's standing there bleeding all over the bar now.
So I'm getting strong Mos Eisley Cantina vibes right now. Obi-Wan just chopped that dude's arm off. So that's gonna be it for me. And so I'm assuming he's bleeding. You said.
Yeah, you almost killed
And so
him there. He's pretty beat
Yeah.
up. He's a red dot.
So she's gonna look around at everybody, the malcontents, and just be like, "This is over now. Get the fuck out of here."
Do you have any other actions?
I do, but I'm not gonna attack him. We're gonna pass.
Bjorn.
We're not gonna finish him off.
All right. Well, Bjorn is feeling less generous. He doesn't like what Mike has said about his buddy Gurgleberg. And seeing that he's almost dead, he's going to burn a first level spell slot to cast Magic Missile. And send all 3 at him.
Oh my! You
hoping it-
guys are just gonna murder this guy in the bar, huh?
That's the idea.
Oh wow!
I mean, that's what he gets. He was talking shit. He was saying some pretty unpleasant things about my buddy.
Wow! Death.
Yep.
Death. You hit
Yep.
him even once he's dead too. Just keep going.
Yeah. Yep.
He falls to the ground, and 2 more missiles come flying into him.
The best part.
I just want
As-
to point out, I knew he was dead when I picked up that last dice.
Mike Manhurts falls to the ground, and it's obvious that it's not just some wounds or some punch in the mouth. He falls cold and lifeless to the ground.
Yep.
And do you have any other actions?
Nope. That's it. I'm gonna mark it 0, which I already did, and then yeah, that's it. I'm hoping these guys just leave.
These guys see Manhurts fall, and his local drunk buddy is still incapacitated, and they don't want no more. They start noping out as they turn. They're not so disgruntled anymore, and they start heading towards the door as it looks like maybe Manhurts might be dead. Nobody wants to be around when there's death.
Yep.
Copan.
Copan's looking around thinking, that really escalated. Bjorn killed a guy.
Yo.
That really got out of hand.
You guys see
I think
Bjorn?
that's
Bjorn killed a man.
Bjorn, you killed a guy with a trident.
Yeah, that's great.
Copan doesn't really know what to do. I mean, he sees everybody standing down, right? Is your hypnotic pattern still up, or is everybody still dazed?
Yep.
Yeah,
That lasts for a minute unless they get shaken awake.
Alright.
Which I recommend we drag their asses outside over the course of the next minute.
well, the only person that's really was hostile. I mean, some of those crew on the bottom part of the screen were they were just fighting with the others. They weren't necessarily hostile towards you guys. They were just hostile towards the disgruntled that were
Yep.
picking fights and
But
causing a ruckus.
They're still fucking around.
they were.
They were
They
still
fucked
fucking
and
around.
found out. Yep. I put them in timeout.
They found out, but they didn't get at least they didn't get magic missiled to death.
Yep.
I mean,
That's just
jeez.
for Mike.
Fucking start
Then
a
once-
start a little bar fight, die. That's the way it
Yep.
goes in the Naked Halfling Inn.
Mhm.
Jeez, little police brutality.
Yep.
Defund the heroes.
All right.
Defund the heroes. All right, are you doing anything, Copan?
No, I'm just gonna look around and say as loud as I can, everyone stand down, this has gone too far. That's all I'm doing.
Drunk locals incapacitated Gurgleberg.
Yeah, Gurgleberg would agree. And, I mean, is anybody even really mussing around anymore?
no, there's a dead guy and a bunch of incapacitated people and an incapacitated drunk, but he's probably not going to do much when he's on incapacitated if he's the only person versus the whole bar.
Can I do a medicine check on this guy, or is it too late?
On who?
On the guy with...
On Mike.
No, he's gone. He got
Got
2
double
magic
tap.
missiles on his already unconscious dead body.
Well, I guess we'll just stand down.
Mike Manhurst shall not walk this plane again.
Yeah.
Unless
I guess I could probably go ahead and drop concentration on hypnotic pattern.
So you drop concentration, and all of these people are suddenly freed of their enthrallment, and they kind of look around and realize Manhurst, see him lying dead on the ground, and the drunk kind of looks and sees all of the disgruntled's have left, or as their leader's been taken care of, I guess you could say.
Yep.
You guys really did. I didn't think you'd kill him, but all right.
Yeah.
And he seems to not want any part of this, and he kind of like drops his drink and his fists and starts running for the door. And the rest of these people just kind of stand down and like back away, like, well, that really escalated quickly. And they kind of shake their head and just like, well, it's it's there's a lot of change happening in the county, and I guess there's some that don't really like it, but no reason to start a bar fight over. Jesus, we're civilized farmers and villagers and locals, god damn it.
So Bjorn's gonna shake his head very disappointedly at them for starting a fight.
And the guards come out of the incapacitation, and they look around and see that Manhurst is down, and everyone else kind of has some bruises and that, and they look up and say, well, geez, bit much, huh, heroes?
Yeah. Glad the guards are here to protect us.
Good thing there's no cell phone cameras this day and age.
Say all the witnesses didn't see shit. They were drunk.
I mean, it was a tight, narrow, crowded bar fight. It's hard to see what happened, but
And the missiles just came out of nowhere. They didn't see him come out of my wand.
they might have seen him come out. Some people might have seen him come out of your wand. And as the combat ends, and they start dragging the body of your enemies out, Mike Manhurst, and he's, like I said, he's been kind of a hot-tempered, kind of an asshole. So nobody's really there's not gonna be a lot of tears cried over Mike Manhurst, except for perhaps some of the villagers that supported him. Perhaps they shall remember his name was Mike Manhurst. His name was Mike Manhurst.
His name was Mike Manhurst.
His name was Mike Manhurst. As the guards are kind of cleaning up and starting to kind of put things back together, the party goes back to happening, as it's people dying in the inn. It happens every once in a while in a fight. It's a rough fantasy world. It's not the most unheard of thing, but it's not a very common occurrence, as this is generally a place of fun and joy. And Pakal and Lord Crust come over after the crowd kind of clears a bit, and the Lapan kind of they stick near the guards and Barristone, but they're still socializing with some. But they come over and talk a little bit about this, and Lord Crust kind of looks over at you guys, and he's like, Not sure he needed to die for this fight. Might have used a little bit of excessive force here, guys.
Yeah. I also think that
Coming
he took
right
it
at
too
me.
far. Yeah.
I feared for my life.
And Pakal kind of looks over at Lord Crusade, and then he goes, "Speak of excessive force," and shakes his head at Lord Crust. He's like, "We all know how much force you used back in the day, and even not too long ago." Shakes his head, and he says, "I don't know. Problem solved, as I say. Mike Manhurst was an asshole. The county's good riddance of him." And, Barristone comes over and says, "I'm gonna need your guns and badges, boys. Till the investigation's over, you're on paid leave."
Yep.
No, just kidding. He doesn't do that. So yeah, you're kind of scorned a little bit for perhaps being a little bit rough with Mr. Manhurst, but no formal charges being pressed. The grand jury decides not to indict.
I figured next week would be the court case. But,
And no innocent townspeople died other than the one that we killed.
yeah.
Well, he was the leader
basically
of the
a win.
troublemakers, so
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to end for this evening.
Yeah.
I thought you guys would get a little further than this, but I should know it.
Yeah.
Things always go slower than I expect.
Yeah.
That's all right. I don't have to do much prep next week.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
So we'll start up next week as we'll wind down this exciting evening at the Naked Halfling Inn and see what's in store with the Le Pan caravan arriving the next day. I'm sure it'll go peaceful and no problems, and
Yeah.
everything will be smooth and
Yep.
Well, everything always does.
never any violence or disgruntled villagers.
Why would there be problems? Why would there be conflict?
There'll be no conflict. It's all gonna go great.
We get our XP for killing Mike Manhurst.
You'll get something.
Yeah.
I feel like I should get paid for that. That's
There was no bounty on Mr. Manhurst, but you'll get
I
something
bet-
for
bet
dealing
there
with the mini riot in the bar.
I'm willing to bet if we find the right county, there's a warrant out for his arrest. Probably
I think
getting into some
technically,
money.
based on some of the comments coming from Manhurst, I think technically that was a race, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
That he was committing race-based crimes. I mean, he was just
Yep.
throwing slurs. I don't know if that's really technically a crime.
Well, he's dead. He can't really say no.
Yeah. I say,
So-
who gets to write the history books?
Bjorn is already
Yeah.
writing in a book. He was
Yep.
slinging racial-based crimes.